And I've talked a lot about the ability to be the observer of self. When I began standing back and watching what I was doing, that helped me a lot. Because I couldn't entangle something that I was in the midst of. When you're in the midst of the fire, you don't know how to get out of the fire. But if you watch yourself in the fire, you know where the door is. So, you know what the door is. The door is forgiveness. The door is working in the best interest of your soul. And it doesn't make you, because you forgive, doesn't make you a panty waste. That everybody takes advantage of you. That's what I thought. Boy, if I forgive and I'm going to be a nice guy, boy, everybody in the world is going to take advantage of me. No, that's not what happened. No, that's not at all. Because I was able to forgive and let go, I was able to erase a lot of karma. And I think that maybe you all were in I did a talk with Greg when I talked about my daughter who was murdered and that I had to do forgiveness work. Forgiveness, forgiveness, forgiveness. I think that was 60 million points for me. But that forgiveness, ultimately, after the forgiveness was all done, and this I didn't say that Sunday, but I will tell you that as I stood back and looked at my karma with that daughter and karma with who I was, and I had to forgive the man who murdered her. And when I'd done the forgiveness work, I realized that I was forgiving myself because in many lifetimes before, I was a soldier and I killed. I was in the Crusades and murdered children that got in my way without a thought, without a care. And that weighed so heavy on my soul. I felt so guilty about that lifetime after lifetime, I tried to do things to forgive myself. The guilt was so heavy. And this lifetime, I had a daughter that had that happen to her. And my opportunity was to forgive her, forgive him, and I was honestly forgiving myself at the bottom of it. Do you follow what I'm saying? It peeled back. It peeled back to who I really was forgiving was me. Because I was the one that started this whole wall game rolling. And I got to erase all kinds of karma. I got to erase all kinds of stuff for myself. And for that man that murdered her, I was able to erase some of his so that maybe he will come back as a better being because of it and do something very creative with his life, do something good, instead of having come back and be killed himself for doing that. If he learns from his lesson, he can maybe be a great musician or a great teacher and do something good for the world, rather than having to go back and do something like that in order to pay back that karma. You see, there's a law that rules us, whether we like it or not, it's here, and that really pissed me off when I found out that I was underneath this law and I didn't know how to play the game. There's something really disgusting about being in a game you don't know how to play, and then you always are losing. And boy, there was a difference when I started to know that forgiveness is the answer. So I hope with tonight I may have shed some light on some subjects that maybe helped you. I certainly hope so. This is part of what I love to do. I love to help souls to work in the best interest of their soul. Because as I help you to learn more about who you are and you advance in your consciousness, we all win. We all win. I'm in here to win, and I'm in here to help you win. I want you to win on this game and entangle this little ball. You're meditating. That's extremely, extremely important. You connect with your higher self when you meditate. And when I say those words on a Tuesday night, I mean that from the very essence of my soul. I know that I in you and you in me are together moving up in the energy of who we are. And that's the greatest blessing of all. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for just being my friend and loving me as I love you. And I will see you out there as we go forth with a spirit of excitement.